Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube creative studio. You know me, I love wearing hats. All crochet hats just make the adorable winter hat warmers, but the crochet hats with the brim also bring a Danish style to your hat, making you look entirely great. And for this video tutorial, I prepared a new pattern for Newsboy HAT that just perfect to wear over the hat, and it's a beautiful accessory. I will use this merino yarn. You will need also 5mm crochet hook, 4mm crochet hook, some scissors, tapestry needle, and some markers. And you can also use 2 buttons as per your choice. So if you are interested how to crochet this amazing Newsboy hat, let's get started. The pattern notes and the instructions you will find in the box below this video, and the written pattern is for free at my website. The texture on this Newsboy hat is creating using double crochet stitches and puff stitches. Make a magic ring, chain 3 and then puff stitch. Okay. Yarn over and pull yarn through all loops on your hook, then fix it with chain 1 and then chain 2, 1 and 2. This puff stitch is worked using half double crochet stitches. So yarn over inside the hook into the magic ring, yarn over again and draw through. There are 3 loops on your hook and repeat it 2 more times. So at the end you will have 7 loops on the hook, and yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook and chain 1, then chain 2, and this is it. And we will place 6 puff stitches into the magic ring. So make a puff stitch and then chain 2. Always fix or secure the top of the puff stitch with a chain 1. Now pull yarn through all loops on your hook, chain 1 to secure the top of the stitch and chain 2, 2. Yarn over once, yarn over twice, yarn over 3 times. Perfect. Again we have 7 loops on the hook, pull yarn through all loops on your hook and chain 1 and then 1, 2. Okay, so at the end you will have 6 puff stitches and chain 2 between them, and finish the round with chain 2, and we will close the round with a slip stitch. Now you can tie the end as much as you can so there is no hole in the magic ring, and make a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the very beginning. Amazing! We just finished the first round. Now chain 3, and we will place in each chain 2 space puff stitch, chain 2 and puff stitch. Okay, so let's start. Yarn over once, yarn over twice, yarn over 3 times. We have 7 loops. Yarn over, pull yarn through all loops on your hook, chain 1 to fix the secure the puff, and chain 2, and add 1 more puff stitch in the same chain 2 space. Okay, always yarn over 3 times to create a puff stitch, chain 1 and then repeat it. Okay, so in next chain 2 space place a puff stitch. Okay, first one, chain 1 and then chain 2 and 1 more puff stitch. Okay, so you can repeat these instructions. They are very easy at the beginning. So in each chain 2 space around there are 6 chain 2 spaces. You will have one puff stitch, chain 2, and the second puff stitch. Okay, so I will meet you at the end of this round. You will have 12 puff stitches, and we will close the round with a slip stitch again placed in the third chain from the very beginning. Okay, so let's place a slip stitch in the third chain to close the round. Now start round number 3, chain 3, and again we will work in each chain 2 space, and I will place a puff stitch in this chain 2 space. As you already know, fix it with chain 1 and chain 2, and place one more puff stitch in the same chain 2 space. Perfect. This is it. And then once you fix the puff stitch with a chain 1, place a double crochet between 2 puff stitches. Okay, so there is no chain space, there are 2 puff stitches, and we place 2 double crochet in this space between 2 puff stitches. Okay, now yarn over. In next chain 2 space, again place 1 puff, chain 2, and the second puff stitch. Okay, so this is my first puff stitch, chain 1, chain 2, and one more puff stitch in the same chain 2 space. Super. Fix it with chain 1, and again between 2 puff stitches place 2 double crochets. Okay, just be careful, there is no chain or no chain 2 space, so you place 2 doubles between 2 puff stitches, and you can very easily repeat these instructions till you reach the end of this round. So in each chain 2 space place 2 puff stitches and chain 2 between them, and between 2 puffs place 2 double crochet stitches, and close the round with 1 double crochet and the slip stitch in the third chain from the very beginning. So we also have 2 doubles at the beginning, so chain 3 counts as a double crochet, chain 3, and in each chain 2 space place 1 puff, chain 2, and the second puff. Okay, so this is what we will do in each chain 2 space in each round. So in each chain 2 space place 1 puff stitch plus chain 2 plus puff stitch. Okay, so this is it. You will see the pattern very clearly after 2 or 3 more rounds. Now you see there are 2 doubles, and place 1 double crochet between puff stitch and the double crochet, then a double crochet in next 2 double crochet stitches, and the fourth one between double crochet and the puff stitch. Okay, so in this third round we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets already between these puffs groups. Okay, in chain 2 space again place a puff stitch, chain 2, and the second puff stitch. So we have this 2 puff stitches group and chain 2 between them, and again we will crochet 4 double crochet stitches. So the first one is between the puff stitch and between the double crochet from the previous round, then 1 double crochet in next 2 stitches, and the fourth one between a double crochet and puff stitch from the previous round. Okay, let me show you the pattern one more time. You see there are always 2 puff stitches groups and chain 2 between them, and now we have 4 double crochet stitches between these groups. Okay, so here will be a puff stitch group and then 4 double crochet stitches. Okay, let me finish a double crochet in the last space, I mean between the puff stitch and double crochet from the previous round, and then 1 double crochet in next 2 stitches, and the fourth double crochet is already made at the beginning. Now close the round with a slip stitch into the third chain from the very beginning. In next round we will add 2 more double crochets, so we will have 6 double crochets between 2 puff stitches group. So chain 3 at the beginning, which is my first double crochet, then puff stitch, chain 2 and again a puff stitch, and chain 2 space, and now work a double crochet between puff stitch and double crochet from the previous round. Okay, you see we have 4 double crochet stitches, so place the one before this group, then 1 double crochet in next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again add 1 more stitch at the end between a double crochet and puff stitch from the previous round. Okay, so we add 1 double crochet at the beginning and at the end of this double crochet group. So we have 6 double crochets between puff stitches group. Okay, you'll see how the pattern is growing. I just finished 5 double crochets. The 6th one is already made at the beginning, so close the round with a slip stitch and chain 3, which is the first double crochet, again between 2 puff stitches in chain 2 space, place a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch. This is absolutely the same what we have made in previous rounds, and we will do increase again, so place 1 double crochet between a puff stitch and double crochet, so add 1 double crochet at the beginning and 1 more at the end. So this is my first double crochet, then a double crochet in next 6 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and 1 more double crochet stitch at the end between double crochet and the puff stitch from the previous round. So now we have 8 double crochet stitches, 6 plus 2. Okay, and again repeat the row with puff stitches, and between the groups you will have always 8 double crochet stitches. Chain 3, this is my first double crochet, again repeat this pattern with puff stitches, which means 1 puff stitch, chain 2 and the second puff stitch in each chain 2 space, and now there will be no increase, so just very easily place a double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round. You will have 8 double crochets between puff stitches groups. So this round is easy. You will have 8 double crochet stitches 6 times around and 6 times these puff stitches groups. There is no increase in this round. It's round number 7 already. and the hat is growing. I absolutely love this pattern. It's nice texture. So join the round with a slip stitch and let's start round number 8. Chain 3, which is my first double crochet. Again, in each chain 2 space, which means 6 times, place a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch. Secure each puff stitch with chain 1, and then we will do increase again just at the beginning at these double crochet groups. So I will place a double crochet between puff stitch and double crochet, and then place a double crochet in next 8 stitches. So we have 8 plus 1, which means 9 double crochet stitches between puff stitches groups. Okay, so at the double crochet only at the beginning, let's do increase by 1 double crochet in each group and repeat it 6 times around. I will meet you at the end again, and we will close the round with a slip stitch placed in the 3rd chain. Okay, so you will have 9 double crochets between these puff stitches lines. Okay, here I am, I'm at the end. Let's finish the round with a slip stitch, and again chain 3, which is my first double crochet. Place in each chain 2 space a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch. This is it, chain 2 and the puff. And now this is the round number 9. There is no increase, so just easily place a double crochet in next 9 double crochet stitches from the previous round. Okay, so you will have 9 double crochet stitches. Okay, so there is no increase. We have 9 double crochet stitches between 2 puff groups. This is it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 stitches. Close the round with a slip stitch and already know how to start it with chain 3, which is our first double crochet. Then place a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch in next chain 2 space, and in each chain 2 space, and we will do increase again, and in this round number 10 we will have 10 double crochet stitches. So place 1 double crochet between double crochet and puff stitch, so at the beginning of this double crochet group, and then a double crochet in next 9 double crochets from the previous round. So you will have 9 plus 1 double crochet stitches, which means 10 double crochets between these puff stitches lines, and it's easily to count it as it's row number 10 and we have 10 double crochets in each group. Perfect. Again, I will meet you at the end of this round. Look at this cute pattern. I love this texture with puffs and double crochet. Okay, just finish the round number 10 and let's start row number 11. Again, there is no increase, so just chain 3 and place a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch in each chain 2 place, and in each double crochet place 1 double crochet. So you will have 10 double crochet stitches in this round number 11 between these 2 puff stitches groups. Okay, so just place a double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round. Super easy. And in next round, which will be my last round with double crochet stitches, we will do decrease. Okay. Perfect. This is it. We have 10 double crochet stitches. And now round number 12, we will place chain 3 and the puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch in each chain 2 space. And I will do decrease, so I will show you how to do it. It's also easy. Okay, I will skip the first and the last stitch. Okay, so easily skip the first stitch and place a double crochet in next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and skip the last stitch. So we will have only 8 double crochet stitches between these puffs lines. Okay, so skip the first and the last stitch and finish the round with a slip stitch, and this is it. This is the last round with double crochet stitches, and we will change the crochet hook. So use 4mm, so one size down. And now chain 1 and place a single crochet in each stitch around in each puff stitch, then a single crochet in each chain 2 space and a single crochet in puff stitch, then a single crochet in next 8 double crochet stitches from the previous round. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again place a single crochet on the top of the puff stitch, single crochet in chain 2 space, and a single crochet in a puff stitch, and then a single crochet in next 8 stitches. Okay, so just let me recap it. We place a single crochet on the top of each puff stitch, a single crochet in each chain 2 space, and a single crochet in each double crochet from the previous round. Okay, and again I will meet you at the end of this round, and you can continue crocheting. You don't need to join the round with a slip stitch, so you can very easily place a single crochet in chain 1 at the beginning, and then a single crochet in next 9 stitches, and I will do decrease, so I will show you how to join 2 single crochets together. Okay, so now let's make a single crochet in next 9 stitches, and I will meet you once you reach the next puff stitch, and we will join 2 single crochets together. Okay, so here I am. Let's look at my pattern. So place a single crochet in next puff stitch and in next stitch, and join 2 single crochets together. Okay, and then again work in next 9 stitches, and then join 2 single crochets together. So make a decrease after 9 single crochet stitches and join 10th and 11th single crochets around. Okay, join these 2 stitches. Okay, and again a single crochet in next 9 stitches, and then join 2. And I will meet you at the end of this round. I place the mark there, and now a single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, and this is my last round by now. I will add one more once we finish the brim. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each stitch around, or you can add more if you want to make the border a bit longer. Here I am. There are 3 rounds with single crochet stitches, and let's do the brim. The brim is easy, just be careful when we do increase and decrease. Start with a foundation chain and chain 6. Now make a slip stitch in the second chain from your hook, and then a slip stitch in the next 4 stitches. So you will have at the beginning 5 slip stitches in the first row. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now chain 1, turn your work, and now be careful, we will work in back loop only, and place a slip stitch in next stitch, work in back loop, slip stitch, then place 2 slip stitches in next stitch. Okay, so 1 and 1 more, so 2 slip stitches in the same stitch, then a slip stitch in next stitch, this is the middle stitch, and again 2 slip stitches in next stitch, 1 and 2, and a slip stitch in the last stitch. So we do increase by 2 slip stitches, so we have 5 plus 2, we have 7 slip stitches in this second row. Now place a marker on the middle stitch and we will alternate row with increase and no increase. Chain 1. Now place a slip stitch in each stitch. So in this third round you will have 7 slip stitches, the same number as we have in the previous round. Okay, so place a slip stitch in each stitch. You have 7 slip stitches in this row, and we will do increase in the next round. Always work in back loop only. Chain 1, then your work, and now place slip stitch in next 2 stitches, and then we will do increase in the slip stitch in the stitch which is before the marker, and increase in the stitch which is after the marker. So now 1 slip stitch in next 2 stitches, then 2 slip stitches in next stitch. Okay, this is the stitch before the middle stitch. Then a slip stitch into the middle stitch, and then increase. So 2 slip stitches in next stitch, and finish the row with a slip stitch in next 2 stitches. So we just made an increase by 2 slip stitches. So we have 7 plus 2, we have 9 slip stitches. Remove the marker and place the marker on the middle stitch. Chain 1, then your work, and this round is a round with no increase, so just easily place a slip stitch in each stitch. So you will have 9 slip stitches, and this is what we will do in every second round. In every second round we will do increase, and the next round we will just place a slip stitch in each stitch in the we made from the previous round. So this is the round number 6, the round with increase, and we will place a slip stitch in next 3 stitches. Then in the stitch before the middle stitch place 2 slip stitches, then a slip stitch in the middle stitch, and again 2 slip stitches in next stitch. So easily speaking, when we do increase, we do increase before and after the middle stitch. So there we place 2 slip stitches, and then a slip stitch in each stitch till the end of this round. And we do increase every second row, and the row which is after the increase has the same number of stitches as the previous row. Okay, so this is it. This is round number 7, and we have 11 slip stitches in this 7th row. Okay, so just place a slip stitch in each stitch, and I would recommend you always to place the marker on the middle stitch, so you simply and easily know where is the middle stitch and where to do increase. And we do increase before and after the middle stitch all the time, so you can continue crocheting, do increase every second row by 2 slip stitches, and make this increase before and after the marker, and always place the marker on the middle stitch. Okay, so every second round is increase and every second one is no increase. And once you half. Okay, so continue crocheting. In next round you will have the same number of stitches, and I will meet you once you have 21 slip stitches in the row. So this is row number 16, and I will place slip stitch in next 8 stitches. This is it. So you have 8 slip stitches at the beginning, then 2 slip stitches, so we do increase here in this point before the marker, so 1 and 2 slip stitches, then a slip stitch in the middle stitch, and again 2 slip stitches in next stitch. Okay, and finish the round with a slip stitch in next 8 stitches. So we have 8 stitches at the beginning, then 2, and then 1, then 2, and then 8 stitches, which means in this row number 16, we have 21 slip stitches, and in next round we will do no increase, so you will have a slip stitch. Very easily place slip stitch in each stitch. Oh, let me remind you that we work in back loop all the time, so each slip stitch is placed in back loop only, and in this row number 17 you will have 21 single crochet stitches. Here I am, and you can now at row number from 18 till 38 just repeat the pattern and place a slip stitch in each stitch. Okay, so I just finished row 38. I repeat the instructions for row 17, which means that I have 21 stitches in each row. Okay, amazing. And in next rows we will do decrease. So find the middle stitch, place the marker on this stitch, and I will do decrease before and after the middle stitch. Okay, so it's the opposite process as before. We made increase before and after the middle stitch, and now I will do decrease. So now it means place a slip stitch in next 9 stitches, and once you reach a stitch which is before the marker, skip this stitch. Okay, so place a slip stitch in 9 stitches. Here I am, this is the stitch which is before the marker, so skip this stitch and place a slip stitch in the middle stitch. Okay, and always work in back loop, and again skip this stitch and place a slip stitch in next one, and there are 9 stitches till end of this row, so we are minus 2. You will have 19 slip stitches, and as before we will do decrease in every second row. Okay, so in next row I will just place a slip stitch in each stitch and always work in back loop. So in this row number 39, you will have 19 slip stitches. Perfect. This is it, and in next round I will do decrease again. So remove the marker, place the marker on the middle stitch, and then work a slip stitch in next 8 stitches. Skip 1 stitch, place a slip stitch in the middle stitch, and then skip 1. Okay, so chain 1 and work a slip stitch in next 8 stitches and work in back loop only as always. There you have 1 stitch left before the middle stitch. So 8 slip stitches at the beginning. Here I am, there is the slip stitch which I will skip. Skip this one and place a slip stitch in the middle stitch. Okay, so skip 1, work 1 in next one, and then skip 1 and place a slip stitch in next 8 stitches again. And this is what you can do till you will have 5 slip stitches again. Okay, so just in every second row make decrease, which is easy. You will just skip the stitch before and after the middle stitch, and every second row is without there is no increase. Okay, so every second row with decrease and every second with no decrease. You will have just the same number of stitches as you have in the row before. Okay, so it's my row 52. I will chain 1 and make a slip stitch in next 2 stitches. Okay, 1 and 2. Let's skip the next stitch and place a slip stitch in the middle stitch, then skip next stitch and place a slip stitch in next 2 stitches. Perfect. We have 5 slip stitches in this row and place a slip stitch in each stitch in next row. So chain 1 and slip stitch in next 5 stitches. Amazing. And here we are, we just finished the brim or the crocheting, I mean, and now don't fasten off, and I will show you how to assemble the brim. The first step is to fold your brim in half lengthwise and join the sides with slip stitching. Okay, so you can remove the markers, fold the brim in half, and now it will be very easy as you will just place a slip stitch in each stitch and join the brim, the sides of the brim. Okay, so attach the brim, the sides of the brim, match stitch to stitch to join both 2 sides together. Okay, so stitch to stitch. You can also use the tapestry needle if it's easier for you. Just be careful to stitch carefully both sides, and the pattern is symmetric. You have the same number of rows from the middle to left and right. Okay, I just finished the joining, and now we will attach the brim to the hat. You can attach the hat on the place you like, and I would recommend you to place the middle of your brim lined up with the middle of the hat between two puff stitches patterns lines. Okay, so you can put the markers there. Oh, hello, boy. I'm working now, sorry. Okay, so this is the middle of the brim, and this is the middle between two lines with puff stitches. And I will place the brim here, okay, in the middle. So I will put the marker also at the beginning and at the end, so it's easier for me to attach the brim to the hat. And again, you can use the needle or the crochet hook and attach the brim and the hat with slip stitching. Okay, so you see the position of the brim. Of course, it's absolutely up to you where you place the brim on to the hat. Okay, so this is just my recommendation, and now it will be super easy as you can use the crochet hook and slip stitch the brim to the hat, stitch to stitch. Okay, work on the wrong side. I didn't mention it, so work on the wrong side of the hat and the brim, so there will be seamless join on the right side. Okay, I will show you in a while how it looks like. So place the brim flat edge at the bottom edge of the hat where you want to lay it. So I'm at the end, almost. Just last 3 slip stitches. Here I am. And now join the corner of the brim with a slip stitch as well. So the brim is perfectly fixed and attached. This is it, it's super. You see it's nicely joined. Super cute. I love this texture. And now, as I told you before, we will add one more row with single crochets around the hat. So you can cut this end and hide the end. So make an invisible join and hide the end on the wrong side of the hat. This is it. So fasten off with an invisible join and hide the end. This is it. So with the working yarn and your crochet hook, we will add one more round with single crochet stitches. So chain 1, join the brim, and then make a single crochet in each stitch around till you reach the brim again on the opposite side. This is it. I reached the corner of the brim on the opposite side and attach the brim with a slip stitch. This is it. And what I love to do is a slip stitch border around the hat. So place a slip stitch in each stitch around till you reach the brim. I love to make a slip stitch border around my hats or bags or around my project. That's my last row. Perfect. So I will meet you again at the end of this round. And this is it. The perfect Newsboy hat is almost done. Again, fasten off the end. Is an invisible join. And this is it, my crochet friends. We nicely joined, you see, the brim and the hat together. Perfect. And you can hide all ends on the wrong side. Cut the yarn, and this is it. So what do you think, my crochet friends? I absolutely love this texture with puff stitches and double crochet stitches, and I love that brim with slip stitches placed in back loop. Now you can attach 2 buttons of your choice, and you can place them on the place you love, or you can use the hat without the buttons. It's absolutely up to you. So this is just my recommendation, and you will be done with your amazing crocheted Newsboy hat. And these hats are so popular. I love them. I love wearing hats from fall to springtime, and this Newsboy hat is perfect for fall and also for springtime. Let me do the measurement. The hat is 29 centimeters, which is 11.5 inches wide. So this is the widest part of the hat. Let me measure the border. The border measures 4 centimeters, 1.5 inches, and the brim is 8 centimeters, 3 inches wide, and this is the longest measurement, and it's 22 centimeters, 8.5 inches long. This is the longest side which is put on the hat. This part has 8 centimeters, 3 inches, and 14 centimeters, 5.5 inches. This is the part inside of the hat. So this is the narrower measurement, and the hat is 24 centimeters, 9.5 inches long. And this is the end of my video tutorial, my crochet friends. I would like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. In case of any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me or put the comment in the box below this video. So thank you very much once again. If you like it, please give me your thumb up and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Wish you happy crocheting, take care, and hope to see you at my next video tutorial. Thank you and bye bye.